Well, hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Healthy Living webinar. My name is Brian Roes, and it's going to be an awesome, awesome webinar. I thank you guys for joining us. You may be watching this live with us. It's Sunday, October 25th, or perhaps you're watching the rebroadcast on YouTube. So either way, we want to welcome you. We have some awesome guests tonight joining us. I'd like to introduce them to you. The first guest that we're going to be hearing from is Miss Elizabeth Lawson. Say hello, Elizabeth.
Hi, guys.
Elizabeth is a wife and a mom living out in Redding, California, has an incredible Juice Plus story. Her journey through health and wellness has been amazing for her family. You're going to love hearing this. And after that, we're going to hear from Ms. Ellen Graham out in Denver, Colorado. Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
Hey, I'm not sure. Our screen is a little black. Maybe it's just the reception here, but I think you'll come back in a minute. But we heard you. Ellen's the mom of two awesome boys and has a passion for helping people be healthy. She's a mom on a mission, and she's just an incredible person. And of course, you see. As well, for our friends who are deaf and hard of hearing, Miss Tammy Thrasher up in Rochester, New York, who is interpreting for us in American Sign Language. So, Tammy, thank you for that, for making this available to everyone to enjoy. This, let me just open up this event with a little introduction about who we are. We are a part of the Juice Plus Company. And our mission with the Juice Plus Company is to inspire healthy living around the world. We want to help every man, woman, and child get healthier. And sometimes that gets so complicated, you know, with these books with pages and pages of things that you should do and shouldn't do and should eat and shouldn't eat. But really what everybody agrees on is that we all need to be eating more fruits and vegetables. The more, the better. And that's really the foundation that our company is built on. We have a mission to help people eat as many fruits and vegetables as possible. And we have three ways that we do that. And I'll just share with you our products, and I'll show them to you real briefly here before we start our stories. That way some of the stories will make sense, you know, if you don't know what the products are that we're going to be sharing about. You know, this will help. So our flagship product is called the Juice Plus capsules. And I'll hold them up here. The Juice Plus capsules come in green, purple, and red, and this is what we call the trio. The green is a capsule that includes vegetables, it's vegetables in capsules. The purple is berries in capsules, and the red is fruit in capsules. It's called our Garden Blend, Vineyard Blend, and Orchard Blend. And what's so unique about the Juice Plus capsules is the way that they're made. All of these fruits, vegetables, and berries are vine ripened. They're picked at the peak of ripeness, and then they're juiced. They're not really juiced. They're actually like slurried up because the skin and the seeds and everything is included. The water is removed at a very cool temperature to preserve the nutritional content along with much of the sugar. And then what's left is a very nutrient-dense powder, and that powder is put into these capsules. So when you take the capsules with a glass of water, the water rehydrates it in your body, and it's like you juiced all of those fruits and vegetables, except there's no slopping, no chopping, no mopping, you know, all of that stuff that goes along with traditional juicing. Tons of research on this product, and I love it too because there's a children's version. It's called the Juice Plus Chewables for kids, and we also have a delicious shake, which is called the Juice Plus Complete Shake. And this is a plant-based, vegan, gluten-free, non-dairy, delicious shake that we absolutely love. So if you read the back of this, it's a lot of fruits and vegetables that you would recognize. We have also a really cool machine that grows fruits and vegetables aeroponically on your back patio, which is called the Tower Garden. So as you can see, our company really has found innovative, creative ways to help people get a lot of great nutrition. So let's hear some stories. Elizabeth, I'd like to ask you, could you share your story? Tell us about your Juice Plus experience, and especially about your son. That's my favorite part of your journey.
Sure, Brian. I would love to. Well, when I heard about Juice Plus, it made complete sense to me because there was no way that I could get 20 to 30 different fruits and vegetables on the table every day. But to hear that I could get them into my family in a capsule or a chewable made absolute sense, and I wanted it. I knew that we needed it. And in our first 4 months, every single member of our 5-member family experienced measurable health improvements. So I do want to share with you specifically our children's journey. All 3 of our kids were adopted, and I'll start with my oldest. Esther is now 12. We adopted her when she was a baby from China. And from the time she was adopted, and probably before that, we got her at 11 months old, she had severe eczema from head to toe, right up until 7 months ago when we started Juice Plus. Esther's eczema has completely resolved. And this is amazing because for years I was using steroid creams just to try and maintain, and they really didn't do that great. But she has basically healed from the inside out and has beautiful skin. She also was my child that hated fruits and vegetables, so she naturally had chronic constipation. And she doesn't really like me to tell people this, but hey, that resolved too. So she's a happy camper. My 9-year-old, Anisha, we adopted her through foster care. We got her at 6 weeks old, and she has a diagnosis of ADHD with autism symptoms. We have watched Anisha's ADHD and autism begin to reverse on Juice Plus. On the chewables, just a children's portion of chewables, we have seen her go from 6 to 7 hours at best of sleep per night to 12 to 13. And if you can imagine, she's now getting 12 hours of sleep every night. It's going to basically affect in a positive way her ability to focus during the waking hours. But the really amazing thing, and that was wonderful, you know, to a mother. I didn't have to get up at 4 in the morning anymore. But the amazing thing is I heard another distributor talk about the power of the capsules for children who have ADHD and autism. So I switched her to what Tom and I take. Anisha's getting the adult portion of the trio capsules, the ones that Brian, you showed there a few minutes ago. In 1 month's time, Anisha's expressive language ability has jumped 1.5 years developmentally. So when this little girl was little and was supposed to be speaking in words, she wasn't talking at all. And when she was supposed to speak phrases, it was just words, and so on. And now we have her, 4th grade, speaking articulately as a 4th grader. That's because of whole food nutrition in a gummy and a capsule. So now I get to my most amazing transformation, as Brian knows. It thrills my soul. Our 8-year-old son, we adopted him through foster care as well. I went into the hospital when he was only 2 days old to get him. And the nurses said to me, he is a little man of peace. Now, how they got that from being around him for just a couple days, I don't know. But I thought, oh, that's awesome. Tuck that away, you know, in my heart. He's a little man of peace. We were thrilled to have our baby boy. Bring him home. But at age 3, the little man of peace disappeared. And for 5 years, our family went through hell with unexplainable ballistic episodes 2 to 3 times a day, anger to rage to destruction, and a constant edginess that absolutely nothing would remove. We tried medicine, we tried therapies, psychiatrists, we even changed our parenting tool bag, which was not a bad thing all in all, but it had no effect. Our family even had to come home after 6 months of being on the mission field in Africa, where we had thought we were going to live out the rest of our days because of his behaviors. So long story short, the 2nd week of Michael being on the gummy chewable for kids, 3rd day in, I will never forget it, the 3rd day into that 2nd week, all of his behaviors dropped off. And Tom and I, my husband and I, pinched ourselves. We were like, is this true? And I can tell you, for 7 months now, our little man of peace is back. Is he strong-willed? Yeah, he is, but he's normal now. And you know, we not only have our little man of peace, we have our lives back because that impacted our whole family. So for me, just those 3 children and what Juice Plus has done for them, I would say that for our family, Juice Plus is priceless in terms of what it's done for us. That's pretty much it.
That's amazing, Elizabeth. What an incredible transformation. I mean, your son, it boggles my mind. I'm a teacher, and I have run into that type of behavior in the past before at various schools that I've taught at, and I know that parents try everything to to bring their children to a place of stability and peace.
Yes.
And how amazing that you found a way to do it naturally.
Absolutely. You know what, Brian? I'm amazed that what we were dealing with, and not even the pediatrician realized this, was a physiological imbalance that whole food nutrition brought back into line. And it was that easy. And I think my heart goes out to all those parents who are trying everything and getting nowhere, and they're worn out. And maybe they're even experiencing a bit of accusation, whether it's self-accusation or, just feeling a little judged. And yet, this is nutrition is a really big deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible, incredible. Thank you, Elizabeth. And we look forward to maybe sometime we'll come back and we'll have your kids come on here. They can tell us about, what it's felt like for them. I can imagine for them personally going through that transformation. It's been amazing.
That'd be great. Thanks, Brian.
What, Elizabeth? What about you? What have you noticed? I mean, the moms always think about their children first, which is just your nature. What's your experience been like personally?
Oh my goodness! For me, even week 1 at half the suggested portion, my energy shot through the roof. I would say I experienced an energy increase that took me back 10 years, and that was huge. But I also had acid reflux, GERD-like symptoms. I had vertigo going into this. All of that disappeared within the first 2 weeks. I had asthma, very severe asthma. I was on 2 different medications. I don't have asthma anymore. I'm not on meds anymore. So for me, it's weight loss, energy increase, all this other garbage, annoying medical issues gone. That is amazing. And for Tom, he had a digestive disorder, and it completely corrected on Juice Plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Like, some people might be listening to this. I just want to be sure everyone understands that Juice Plus is fruits, vegetables, and berries. It is not a medicine. It is not a vitamin supplement. It's just whole food nutrition that we actually get consistently. And this is the type of transformation that some people have experienced. Now, will this happen for everyone? No, probably not. But it's not going to hurt, right? It's not going to hurt. And we can definitely try it and just kind of see what happens for every case individually. Great. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, we're going to come back to you. I'd love to hear in a minute. You've begun sharing Juice Plus with other people, so we'll come back and have you share your story about that in just a minute.
Super. Thanks.
Yeah. Ellen, are you there? Ellen, I think that you're muted. Can you unmute your microphone there? There might be a little red button that looks like a microphone. Let's see. Hold on. I can get you. Ta-ta. All right. Sorry, Ellen. I think there was some background noise.
Oh, I'm unmuted now.
There you go. Good, good, good. Okay, perfect.
Sorry. Sorry about that. I was pushing the wrong thing there. Pushing the wrong button. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for jumping on here. Ellen, you've been taking Juice Plus for how long?
9.5 years.
Tell us about it.
Oh gosh, Brian, I'm just so grateful for it. I have a history of just junk with my health. I really relate to what Elizabeth was sharing, although I had some things that were deeper seated issues, and I'm so far past it where I am in my journey with Juice Plus and making one simple change at a time and just really enjoying living a healthy life, that when I go back to that place, I'm like, wow, was that for real? And, you know, my history is rheumatoid arthritis, diagnosis at age 15. And I had a lot of female problems in my 20s. I had adult acne from the time that I started going through puberty until it was about 18 months, honestly, into my Juice Plus journey that I remember somebody complimented me on my complexion, and it really sort of took my breath away, because sometimes those changes are slow and subtle over time, and I had to look in the mirror, and I realized that that was indeed my complexion. It didn't look like it used to, and I even got some old pictures out and was looking, and I was like, wow, I've really transformed. So it's been an incredible journey.
Oh, man. So, you know, that's interesting with the complexion. That was one of the things that I noticed, too, over time, is my complexion really, it really cleared up. And that was huge for me.
Well, you know, Brian, our skin is our largest organ, and our face very much tells the story of our lifestyle. And so mine used to tell, I think, the story of, if I can use the term, dis-ease. You know, I had dis-ease in my body, and it came out through my face and my pores. And so, you know, now with a clear complexion, it tells the story of a cleaner interior, cleaner cellular health, all those type of things.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Well, thank you, Ellen. And now you are also a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. And in a minute, I'd love to hear your story about that and why you decided to begin sharing Juice Plus with other people. Before we do that, though, guys, I'd like to just take a moment and share a quick video with you all that is I really like this because it shows our products and it talks about why they really make sense. So just take a moment and enjoy this video. And if you're watching the rebroadcast, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this live, but I will put the link to this video in the comments underneath the YouTube video. All right, so just enjoy this video. Okay. Well, I'm glad you got to see that video. And again, if you are on the YouTube replay, I will put the link to that video below in the comment section. So thank you. Elizabeth,
Yes.
earlier I mentioned that you recently, when you started taking Juice Plus, you also began sharing it with other people, and you decided to partner with the Juice Plus company. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey with the Juice Plus company as a representative with us so far?
I would love to. And I'm going to liken my journey in this business to that of driving a stick shift car. I learned how to drive cars with starting with a stick shift, a standard. And I just see, you know, the different gears of purpose. So initially, I was drawn into the Juice Plus business because I wanted that rebate for my family resources. But the first week in business, I was able to sell to 2 other households. And this is while I'm waiting to receive our products. So by the end of my first week in business, I had pocketed $150 in retail profit, as well as received a $100 bonus check, achieving the first promotional level. And all of a sudden, bam, the gears shifted, and I was no longer in it just for the rebate, but I saw how easy it is to grow this business in just sharing the value of Juice Plus with other people. So that's when I began to entertain the idea that I could help with family expenses. You know, I began paying the electric bill and the water bill and buying the groceries with my income from Juice Plus. However, the gears shifted again in purpose, my real why for being in the business, when over the last 7 months, I've of course been building a customer base of old friends and new friends. And a lot of these people, I have watched their health journey. We're talking about friends with MS, diabetes, thyroid problems, and they've all been experiencing a measure of healing relief on Juice Plus. That is very empowering and has caused me to be more passionate about sharing with everybody around me, because I know that I'm making a difference in our cities, and my goal is to also make a difference in giving nutrition to desperate people in other nations. And I want to tell you an interesting story. It just happened this morning. And I would like to say, mercy woke me up today, because sitting next to me this morning in church was a man that looked very down and out and maybe even homeless. I don't know. He looked like he lives out of his backpack. But I had in my purse a little sample packet of Juice Plus chewables, and I just felt compelled to give it to him. And I handed it to him, and he looked at the back, and he saw that the chewables have 10 different vegetables and 10 different fruits in them. And this is what this guy said to me. He said, "Is this what's in this?" I said, "Yep, in a yummy, gummy chewable. I'm giving you 20 different fruits and vegetables right now." And he said, "This is amazing." He said, "I never get enough vegetables in my day." And then, and I had not told him I was in a business, he said, "You must have the most meaningful job ever." And I said, "You know what? I do." Well, 20 minutes later, this guy hands me the most exquisite artwork done with pencil. He had drawn the face of Christ on a piece of paper. And he said, "Because you cared enough to give me 20 fruits and vegetables, I want to give you my artwork." And I was like, "You did this?" And he was like, "Yep." Oh, man, I was amazed at his, we all carry gold inside us. And this guy is just very gifted. But I want to not just provide for my family, I do want to provide for their future, and Juice Plus is enabling me to do that while staying home with my kids. But I also want to provide, this guy's name is William, he does have a name. I want to provide for all the Williams that are out there. And the other cool thing, Brian, is that my team is growing. I've only been in this business 7 months, but I have a team of distributors, and I want to help them achieve their dreams too. So I have nothing but good to say. I love my job.
That's great. Elizabeth, thank you. What an awesome experience. And Ellen, have you been with the business since you started taking Juice Plus for the whole 9.5 years?
Brian, I took Juice Plus for a short amount of time, and I felt an increase in my energy, but it's kind of funny how I ended up in the business. The person who shared Juice Plus with me at the time 9 years ago, we shared a lot of educational CDs, and she gave me 3 CDs. And in her good, customer care calling to see how I was doing, she requested her CDs pack, and I had no idea where they were in my house, and I hadn't listened to them. So this is the humble part of the story. I found the CDs, and I listened to them so that I could finally respond to her phone call. 2 of those CDs were educational, and they blew my mind. I felt the energy. I felt the increased energy, and actually I lost 10 pounds of baby weight. And I don't always share that because weight loss isn't what always happens with Juice Plus, but I think my body just got what it needed, and it lost the weight. So the science on those CDs really helped me understand what was going on physiologically, and the 3rd CD was about the business. I called her and I said, I think I want to know more about this, and I went out to coffee with a couple of people who are on my team now, and they just shared that it was $50 a year to be part of this. They shared, the mission and what we do, and I mean, honestly, it was a no-brainer to go share something that had helped me. I knew I had, a handful of friends, family members that would be willing to try it, and, had already kind of heard my story. I also felt like there was no risk for me getting involved. I was honestly going through a really huge time of change. I had just had a baby and left corporate America to be a stay-at-home mom at 31 years old. So it was an enormous change for me economically, socially, and in a lot of ways, Juice Plus gave me a platform to reinvent myself. And it gave me a very positive, health-inspired, entrepreneurial-inspired platform in which to do that. And so I sort of went out there and just started talking to people about it. I got in the sandbox. I made new friends, so to speak. And I shared this gift of health because I'll never forget this. One of the most important mentors to me, Ellen Lewis, she said to me, she had lost her mom at a very young age to cancer. She said, you know, somebody out there who you put on these capsules, they won't get a diagnosis, and we'll never know who that is. We'll never know what didn't occur. And I just, you know what, it hit something in my heart of, you know, as long as you're walking around on this earth, don't you want to leave some kind of an impact? Don't you want to make a difference? It's not all about me. And here I was, you know, kind of in that tender, fragile place of being a brand new mom. And I think there was a lot of that heart change going on, going, yeah, it's so not about me anymore. It's, you know, it's about my son. It's about the people that I'm connecting with.
And so the mission was born, and you have helped so many people get healthier and also establish themselves with a real base of financial security as well, right?
Absolutely, Brian. You know, I'm passionate about two things. People deserve great health, and we sometime, I think 10 years ago or so, in our society, we became so complacent about our health that it was okay not to feel good. It was okay to have aches and pains. And then we got this awareness of the fact that cancer, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, it wasn't just happening to an 80-year-old relative in a nursing home anymore. It was happening to people in their 20s and 30s and 40s, and it's an eye-opener. We have an obligation to share this. You know, I have tons and tons of Juice Plus customers. Not every single one of them wants to be part of our business, and even those people from time to time share Juice Plus because they get the power of whole food nutrition. So that's one piece of it, but the other piece of it is financial stability. Corporate America and the security of it, as we knew it decades ago, is long gone. And I think that while there's a lot of careers out there that can be really exciting and fulfilling for people, we live in more uncertain times than we ever have. And I think it's always good to have a plan B. You never know. In my case, I became a single mom 2.5 years ago. I didn't plan for that, but thank goodness that I had this business that, you know, I was working on during babies' nap times, during preschool. You know, I was getting kids off to kindergarten for the first time and sharing Juice Plus with the moms that we were crying on each other's shoulders because our babies went to kindergarten. You know, all of those life moments were wrapped into this. And so it is just a time of immense, I guess I want to say financial uncertainty, but things are going to happen in your life. Thank goodness I had this business. I had a decent income with Juice Plus at the time of my divorce. I was able to really put the pedal to the metal and to take that to a full-time income.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Ellen. You guys, both of you have such rich, wonderful stories. And, you know, here is Ellen, who's been with the business for 9.5 years, and awesome. Elizabeth, who's been with us for maybe 9 months, give or take, and and such great experiences. So thank you, both of you, for sharing your product story and your business story with us. Is there anything else you would like to leave us with? Any closing thoughts, Elizabeth?
Oh my goodness. I guess my closing thought's more of a question. Ellen, I'm just so in awe of you and what you've been through and where you're headed. And I really want to defer to you. I want to say, what would you tell somebody that's only been in the business 7 months?
You know what I would say, I'm so glad you asked that question, is it's very simple. Stay in line. Keep doing the activity. Keep sharing. You don't know who is being put in your path that you will impact. Don't try and know everything, right? Just go do what is called of you. Strengthen yourself. Work harder on yourself than you do on your business. You know, be a person of diligence and integrity. And you know, I want to kind of talk for just a second, if I can, about moving into the land of more than enough. And I need pajama pants. I'm so sorry, folks. We need pajama pants, and it's not going to work.
This is real life, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
this is how I grew my business. I don't have any. I don't know where they went.
I love
Sorry,
it.
I'm sorry. Okay, he's been naked, banging at the door. Okay, so I want to talk about living in the land of more than enough. You guys, so many of us, single mom or not, we have gotten stuck on this paycheck to paycheck mentality. And this business has allowed me to very quickly move into the land of more than enough. And that's been an exceptional blessing. And I want to tell you a story just to illustrate how quickly that has happened. 2 years ago at Christmas time, I was a senior sales coordinator. So I was at the beginning of the leadership phase of our marketing plan. I was working really hard. I was doing a lot of activity. Things were starting to pop. My paycheck was going up incrementally. But I was going through the legal piece of the divorce as well as all the other aspects, and was quite frankly, I couldn't pay the bills. And I was I was doing the best I could all the time, and I knew that this was all going to come together. It was going to turn out exquisitely better than I could plan it, and legal things would get settled and all of that kind of stuff. I didn't know how I was going to pay for Christmas that year.
Wow.
And I forgot. I was just so busy, I just threw myself into activity, and I was taking care of kids and all that good stuff. And I forgot that our company has a bonus, a Christmas bonus or a holiday bonus for leaders. And I walked out to the mailbox, and it was around December 1st, and there was a check for $250.
Wow.
And my Christmas bonus this year will be $1,000, but there was a check for $250, and with $250, I could go buy 2 gigantic Lego sets for my 2 boys and have Christmas. And I'll tell you that I never thought I'd be in a position like that. I didn't want to ask for help, and I was so thankful for that. And I don't know, it became kind of a thing for me about how our company has so much heart and what we're really about, and how we're supposed to be showing up in the lives of others at the right place and at the right time. And so here I am 2 years later, and the bills are paid, and I bought a fun new bag and shoes last week, and we can start saving again, and all those really important things. But I never get tired of sharing. I just love reaching out to others, and can I impact their life the way mine was impacted?
That's so good.
Thank
you.
Great story. Thank you, Ellen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. We're going to bring this webinar to a close, but I do want to invite you back this coming Wednesday night. We're going to have another group of great speakers. We're going to be featuring Heather and Jerome Wonke from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, as well as Karen Richards from Clarksville, Tennessee. So you're going to hear some other transformational stories, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. So when we close the webinar off, you will be sent automatically to the registration page for this. If you haven't registered yet, just go ahead to the drop-down menu and select the Wednesday webinar, and you can join us for that too. Thank you so much, guys. You have an awesome evening.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.